Well, hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday night. I am thrilled that we're here tonight, and I have with me the amazing Dr. Michael Gross. Why don't you say hi, Michael?
Greetings, salutations, and felicitations. How's that one? Thank you for joining us.
Michael, he's such a character. Um, I'm Tia Knapp, and we do this every Thursday night. And what we do is I put all Michael's contact information in the chat and in the comments. So, whichever way you're coming in, we're on YouTube and we're also on Facebook. So, just really quick, for those of you who are new, Dr. Michael Gross is a professional keynote speaker, energy transformational coach, entrepreneur, and the amazing author of The Spiritual Primer, applying God's 12 transformational laws to reawaken your soul by reconnecting to God, the true source, to experience your true source's love, joy, and happiness. He has totally changed my life. I've been working with him for a little over 6 years, and I highly, highly recommend that you take an opportunity to connect with Michael. So his topic tonight is phenomenal, and I'm going to let him introduce it and carry on. Okay, Michael? We'll put
Thank you
everything
very much.
together.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. So many things are happening, and I'm not an astrologer, basically because I don't have the patience to be an astrologer, but I admire all those who study it. I had a very good friend, unfortunately, she passed away, but she's been studying it for over 30 years and taught me a lot about it. I'm still learning about it, but she made it very simple and she wouldn't go all the technically, this degree, that degree, all that stuff, which is very important for us to understand it and see how it affects our lives. Nevertheless, after studying it for 30 years, she said, "Well, I'm just a neophyte." I said, "Yeah, right, Rebecca, sure." But anyway, she was just incredibly accurate. And with the lineup of the planets coming up, there's an 8-year period left that it's a transformational period. And then with the transformational period, we're being asked to get rid of all our old belief systems that are limiting, those that we are faced with that we feel fearful about, which are, excuse me, limiting. And also, we're going to a 35 or 39-year period where things are beginning to change. And when things are beginning to change, is that these things that are changing in our life is how we look at life, understanding more about religiosity, spirituality, also uh, re examining our thoughts and looking about how we think about things, and also taking responsibility for whatever is occurring in our life. And also to realize that we're the SOUL creator. So, with that being said, excuse me, got a little something in my throat. With that being said, I'd like to talk about something that's really close to my heart. I always talk about many times about how we create our life and having taught manifestation and creation for many years. And so many beautiful soul goes, "No, I don't know how to do it. It doesn't work for me." And I kind of chuckle, not at them, but at their words, saying, "Well, guess who manifested their life? All the ups and downs, the joy, the pleasure, the pain, the aggravation, the happiness, the success. Guess who did that? You did. You're manifesting it." But now a door is opening up. And this is a door that'll create healing. And this healing is so powerful. When I talk about it being powerful, it means you're opening a new door, a new emotion, a new energy, a new vehicle, a new expression. And it has to do with your thoughts. But let's talk a little bit more about your thoughts. In creation, I talked about FABA, Frank Barbara Apple, faith, belief, and acceptance. Well, faith, just review this, that you are able to do it. Belief that it is now occurring, already occurring, not in the future, now. And acceptance that you are now worthy. That's so important for us to understand. You are worthy of experiencing everything. So look at your age, in your mind, and your thoughts. Look at all the experiences you had. It could probably fill up about 5 houses full of paper, all the experiences you've had. from the ones you chuckled at, you were angry, upset, you learned, you succeeded, you were joyous, you were happy, you were challenged, all those things. However, I feel it's the time now that for all of you need to understand that we're going to discuss a little bit easier way to manifest those things in your life. And I would like you to give it some thought. Of course, we're always manifesting each and every moment whenever you think of something. And it begs the question, well, when I think of it, sometimes it doesn't happen right away. And other times I just say, oh, I want a parking spot in front of Kohl's or Macy's. And you drive there and there it is. I didn't put any effort into it. It was there. And other times I need a parking spot in front of Macy's or Kohl's. I got to have it. And it doesn't happen. And you become confused. Part of the secret of manifesting is to understand that you are worthy of everything. And that's so difficult for us to really understand. What do we learn in religiosity? We learn the rules. This can't be done. That can't be done. You know, God is punishing us, blah, 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 blah. And not knocking religiosity because they're doing the best they know how to do. Everything. But think about this. If what we're taught, religiosity, but what is innate in us, we're born with, knowing that the true source is unconditionally loving, allowing, and non-judgmental, then really, how can we blame God for everything that happens? The only one you can blame is yourself. However, if you look at, didn't work out, why didn't it work out? Most people, I'm not worthy, I did something wrong, I'm being punished. Stop. How about looking at the other side of the coin? How about looking, maybe the timing isn't right. Maybe there's something better. Maybe I'm being protected because it could be worse. Maybe I would be unhappy. Maybe I'm just not open to what's best for my soul and higher self. There's the first hint. What is best for my soul and higher self? And that begs the next question. Well, I don't know what it is, and I think I want this, and I think I want that. So the next one is the big T, trust. Everything happens for a reason. I was watching a man on YouTube, and she says, you've gone through so much pain in life. He said, what do you mean? She said, well, you had 2 brain tumor operations. Yeah, but it changed my direction in life and I'm more successful. And that, you flunked out of college and you had to go back 2 or 3 times. No, I didn't fail. I learned new stuff. I'm applying it now. I learned how to shake my direction. Well, then you got fired from a couple of jobs. Yeah, I learned they weren't the right ones for me. I finally found the one that was great. What do you mean trials and tribulations? Everything was great. I don't understand what you're talking about, he said to her. But what words of wisdom? What are the words of wisdom? What is in us that we have to control and we have to manipulate every little thing that we do? Why? Are we afraid, fearful that it's not going to work out? Remember, I've talked before. There's no such thing as failure. It's impossible to have failure. And yet, I'm sure there's some listening to me now would argue with me. You never fail. You just learn what works and doesn't work. And how are you going to find out? Unless it doesn't work. Piece of cake. That's all it is. But we give up power to thoughts of other, oh, you failed. No, I didn't. You never ever fail. You just learn something new. Hold that in your thoughts. Because what does failure do for you? It manifests your thoughts, creating you're worthless. You can't do anything right, etc., etc., etc. That's what it manifests. That's what it does. The bottom line is Who's in control of your life? Something out there, the air, or something? I don't know. You are. And of course, I've had clients and I would give them some advice or they wanted to know something. They would ask 20 people. You know what? They got 20 different answers. They were more confused. My answer is if it doesn't feel right, even though I tell you, do something else. Don't ask somebody's opinion. And you would say, well, ask your opinion. Yeah, that's true. So where am I tuning into? My ego or the true source or their soul? What is correct for them? And that's so important. And I will share just a little bit more. And then my sister was unfortunately now flying around with the angels. And she would ask for a reading every month. I don't blame this. She wore the word S. What's going to happen? So I tell her 10 things. And she'd say, well, 9 happened, but the 10th didn't happen. That's the way she would talk. And I go, did you want it to happen? No. So what are you blaming me it didn't happen? Either you really wanted it to happen or you blocked it, or you were afraid it was going to happen. So who's in charge here? Not me. I'm just telling you the possibilities. And the reason I say that as an intuitive and doing readings, possibility, because that's what I see for you. But who's got the final choice? You do. You can block it, change it, enhance it. And I try to remember to tell everybody that. Now I want to move forward because you have to take responsibility for whatever is going on in your life, which is very powerful. Because if you become the victim, nothing works for me, I'm a victim, and I can't do this, and you're down in the mouth, and you get depressed, and maybe you'll start drinking or doing drugs, or you'll sleep a lot, or you'll have anxiety. And that energy is going to be read by other people. Oh, XYZ, they're depressed. Well, XYZ, they say they can never do anything. There's an old saying, argue for your limitations and you own them. The other part is, let's enhance it. Tell yourself you can't, then you won't. Tell yourself you will or can, you will, and you can. Therefore, looking at manifestation, let's turn the heat up a little bit. Let's turn the juice up. Let's make it happen a little bit more quickly. I remember I was teaching manifestation, and one of my attendees said, well, I'm manifesting more prosperity, but it's not here yet. But I'm manifesting, it's not here. She said 3 times. I said, you're blocking it. Boy, I got a big argument. And I said to her succinctly, this is it. You're manifesting. Why are you saying it's not here yet? Well, it isn't here. You doubt it. Because if you truly believed it, you'd know sooner or later it's going to be here. And the less I think about it, the more quickly it's going to come. And there's so much wisdom in that. Because you see, if you stop toying with it, stop looking at it, and then it'll proceed at its own rate as quickly as what your soul said is right for you to use, right for you to use. We read about millionaires who won all this money in lottery and they go bankrupt. I don't know, 5 years, 10 years, 3 years, 4 years. They even discovered friends and relatives they never had and harebrained schemes. One of them gambled away millions and millions and millions of dollars. Whoa. So let's look at your passion. Let's look at passion in creation. One of the most beautiful things is when you're manifesting, let's say you're manifesting a trip to Europe, visiting 5 countries, and you look at your wallet and you go, gee, I got enough for bus fare to go downtown. What am I going to do? Okay. So faith, belief, and acceptance. Faith, I can do this. Belief, it's now already happening. So you imagine there you are on the plane or boat, however you're going to go. And you're having a ball running through countries and you're laughing and you're eating at restaurants. Just imagine it for as long as you can. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. But here's the secret. After you manifest it, it will occur. But let's give it a little bit of a rocket boost. How are you going to do that? After you visualize it or think it, you don't have to see it, and you felt the excitement, then part two is feel the excitement that you're able to do it, that you're now doing it. And there's a difference. I'm traveling for Europe. I'm having, the restaurant, I'm having great Italian foods. Oh, the French are unbelievable. Yes, I did it. I did it. I did it. I know it. I did it. It's happening. Yes, with that kind of enthusiasm. So that's part two. Passion to have the manifestation, passion that you already did it. It's here. And then you go, that's it. It'll be here at the perfect time. Remember, as I say, no expectations, no attachments. And anytime you have a doubt, yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cancel. All right. It's already here. I'm successful. I love ice cream, anything positive. Because your thoughts are also energy and frequency and vibration. And you look around and some people, they're really rich and others don't. They're not. And you know what? They decide they're going to be successful. And what is success? Well, a lot of money, perfect health, a nice car, a watch, a vacation. I mean, everybody's different. However, they believe, they have the faith, belief, and acceptance to do it, and they feel the joy of achieving it because I put it in action. I know it's going to happen. And it happens. Go back to the time, if you can remember. Be a little difficult for me during Christmas. And let's say trains. I love electric trains. I don't even know they sell them anymore. But I just love electric trains, and I wanted all these little cars that did these things. And lo and behold, I knew it was going to be there. And it was there at Christmas. Yeah, my parents bought it. Absolutely, they did buy it. But I believed it was going to happen. 6, 7 years old. You might believe in Santa Claus. Whatever, but it happened. And then I remember riding around on my bicycle, and the English bikes came in, 3-speed English bikes. And I would think about, gee, I wanted one. I would love one. And I just dreamt I was driving one and riding one. And lo and behold, I got one. Think of the little things you thought about as a child that you believe would occur, and it occurred. So who's in charge? You are. Who's making it happen? You. But you have to change your vibrations and energy. Not only passion of faith, belief, and acceptance, but your passion that I did it. I already did it. I know I did it. And once you begin to do that, instead of something taking a week, a month, a year, it'll happen in a much shorter time, but always the perfect time for you. I remember there was a woman, she wanted to know when her next mate, the next man she would fall in love with, she was divorced. And then when I give intuitive readings, sometimes I stretch the time limit out because I know it's going to happen faster, but they get antsy. Well, you said on the 5th of March and it's already, March 1st hasn't happened yet or whatever, or that's too long out. So I told her by January 25th, which is Christmas, or a little sooner, it's going to happen. She called me up in December. Nothing happened. Okay. What did I tell you? December 25th. Well, let's see what happens. She called me on the 26th. On the 25th, she was a party and met him. That's really down to the wire. And I wish I was always that accurate. But anyway, I'm really happy for her. But she began to doubt it and I had to correct that. So just remember, who's in charge of your life? You are. Just remember, your passion manifests. And knowing that you have successfully manifest, add that passion, that degree. I did it. It's on its way. I'm happy. I'm so excited. A little different because one you're visualizing or imagining you're doing it. The other one, you're shifting gears and adding energy to you've already done it and the excitement that you're able to do it. That's what I mean by passion and creation. I want to thank all of you. We have some important things to talk about, but I also want to talk about something that's dear to my heart. And every Tuesday evening, Pacific time, from 6:30 to 7:30, it's called Soul Awakening. Call in. It's on freeconferencecall.com. As I say, you can be in your pajamas. I'll never know. And ask any question you so desire. And hopefully I can answer. And if I can, I will tell you. It's really very beautiful. It's 1 hour long, and I deliver a 10-minute message. And even if you are spiritually aware, you forget things. I mean, I forget things that I've done in the past, and I'm doing so many different things. So are you. You're doing so many different things in your life and creations in your life. Do you tell them how to get in touch with us?
Absolutely. You dial in to number 202-926-1059 and the access code, Michael?
125-446 #. One more time, please.
202-926-1059 and the access code, Michael?
125-446 #. Also, using the same telephone number, same code, the second Saturday of every month, I do what is called the Mass Consciousness Healing. One of my just favorite things to do. And what we do, we go on at 9:55 a.m. Pacific time to 11:01, and we get done pretty close to 11:01. And what happens is that, little introduction, who are you, where you're from, and then the magic happens. We become a conduit from the true source. We take this beautiful, loving energy out through our hearts over this beautiful planet called Mother Earth. And what we do is bring healing and unconditional love. You will never experience anything like this until you've tried it. And the feedback I got is phenomenal. But more importantly, you are the solution, and we are making a difference on this planet. So please join us. And to you, give them that information as well.
Absolutely. That's the same number. It's 202-926-1059 and the access code, Michael?
125-446 #. Please join us. It's so important. And as the true source says, right action and correct exchange. You're doing right action. Watch your life blossom with love and joy and healing. Also, on the Tuesday evening that I talked about Soul Awakening, I deliver a 10-minute message. I think there are about 421, 422 10-minute messages. And what I'd like to share with you is that listen to the messages. They're not indexed because, as the true source, when I said I screwed up, no, you didn't. You don't want to read from 422 indexes. No, I don't have time. Tell everybody to use their soul. You'll always pick the right one. How do I know? Because that's the feedback I get. So choose that. And it starts at number 3, goes to approximately 421, 422. And you'll sit there and go, maybe I'll listen to 93. Okay. And then get a message just what I needed to hear, Michael. And there's a lot of energy because all the channeling that I'm doing comes from the true source. Tio, tell them how to get in touch.
That number is 434-300-4170 and the access code, Michael?
125-446 #. One more time.
Absolutely. 434-300-4170 and the access code, Michael?
125-446 #. I want to thank you, all of you. And there's a couple of other things I'd like to address with you. And it's so very, very important that I would like all of you to spread the word. When you're on YouTube, push the subscribe button. But also, I would offer anybody that's new a complimentary session. A minimum of 30 minutes. Sometimes it's a little longer, but it's always 30 minutes. I'm not going to sell you anything. I always end up, if I can be of service or help you, let me know. And you make the decision. And if you're happy with what you received and you don't want to do anything more, I'm cool. I'm fine. It's no problem. So think about that and take me up on it. Do we have anybody with any comments or questions?
We do. Darshan is here. He says, hello, hello. It's a very special time to be alive. And this is an interesting one because he goes, if you're a woman, do you womanize her? Okay, I'm going to leave that. A couple more from Darshan. He is a feel-good poet, and he always makes us smile. He also shares that what is best for my soul, discovering that is my primary goal.
Oh, beautiful. Love the rhyming. Love it.
And
Anyone else?
let me check one other place, Michael,
Sure.
because it's not all showing up on my feed today. I don't understand why, but let me peek really quick. No, we're good. We're good.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Tio and I have something really, really exciting to talk about. And so I want to show you this. This is from the International Institute of Self-Empowerment called You Are Unlimited. There are 100 photographs taken by an award-winning photographer. I think her name is Tio Knapp, if I remember. And this is a collaboration with 100 motivational thoughts from the true source. Tio, why don't you show them that and read it to them if you can?
This one here is, have you heard the melodic sound of your soul? There's 100 pictures in here that I've taken, and Michael has channeled all the beautiful quotes that are now on these pictures. And like Michael said, I can thumb through this really quick. Whoops, hold on. We're so excited. We just got these the other day, and they're here in time for Valentine's Day. Right, Michael?
Yes, it's beautiful.
So this one here is one of the laws of manifestation states, whatever you give thanks for, the universe says you must like it. I'll send you more of it. Michael, have you got a couple quotes in there that you can show?
Within you, there is a possibility of greatness. What is your belief? That has to do with your manifestation, creation, and passion. There's so many beautiful things. When is the right time to go after your dreams? Whenever you're ready.
I have this one too. We're talking about passion and creation. And this one here, whoops, I'm going the wrong way. Here you go. I don't know. Can you see this, Michael? I'm going the wrong way. Here we go.
Yes, I can.
You are the master architect of your life. What are you designing? So
go ahead.
This goes on, and I'll just share this. Michael, would you like to share the final picture? Because I think that's one of the most beautiful.
Which one?
The final picture, it's one of the most beautiful quotes.
Yeah. Let me just find it. So we're really proud of this, everyone. Tio has worked really hard in assembling this. And you are unlimited, but on the bottom it says, without love, there's no life. And without life, there is no love. So
we have a beautiful message for Valentine's Day, right, Michael?
It certainly is. This is a great Valentine's gift, a birthday gift. It's a great gift anytime, putting it on your desk or putting it on a table where other people can see it or whatever, or just reading one a day. Now you're going to repeat it because there's only 100 pictures, but sometimes we forget. It's good to repeat. So we encourage all of you. This is will be available in a few days. Tio has information how you can obtain it. You can either contact Tio or myself, whichever. And you probably want to know the price. And the price is $39.95, includes shipping and handling and everything. And the reason is $39.95 because of colored photography. And just want you to know, in the books, it's more expensive to do that. But we wanted something that was first class. And all the net proceeds of this book go to the International Institute of Self-Empowerment, not to our pockets. Tia and I, Tia is director of abuse. She does not take any money or salary, neither do I. We just donate our time and to bring about a great change for women who are abused. And if we know that, unless the children are healed, history repeats itself. So there's something very important. And TICE, as we affectionately call it, is all about teaching women to become entrepreneurs. And then that gives them power to create their life, to enjoy life, and take care of their family. And that's what we're working to. And we've got a host of people, beautiful women who are successful, who are in the 6 and 7 figures, who have said, yes, Michael, I'll help, I'll mentor them. And I said, that's wonderful. So we're getting rolling little by little, but we're going there, and we're starting with this. You're unlimited. So I want to thank you all. Tia and I are not going to talk about our books tonight because we don't want to confuse you. This is something
Sounds like a plan.
that will really change your life and give you hope and change despair into joy and happiness. So everyone, take advantage of it. We'll be talking this from time to time. Tia, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yes, Darshan posted that what I read earlier about the woman thing was he said that was a typo. It was supposed to say, if you're a woman, do you I can't say the word. You woe manifest.
Okay.
It was a tongue twister, Darshan.
Oh,
He also commented on this little beautiful book right here. He said, what a wonderful mission you both are doing. So thank you so much, Darshan, for your kind words. And I can't wait to show this to others. Michael, this is going to really, really, really empower a lot of people with all the words of wisdom that you've shared in here. So thank you so much for doing that for us.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Please pass on the word about the book, about this podcast, and we look forward to seeing you next week. So just remember, you are unlimited. Namaste.
Namaste.
We love you all. Truly, take care.
We love you. Invite your friends.